Hey there everyone, it's September the 14th, it's Monday. It's about 4:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Try not to do the day-to-day things because I try to look for long-term trends, but I wanted to provide a sort of an update today. I think we saw some interesting things in the market today. As you all know, you may have heard there was a lot of sell-off in the Asian markets. The Hang Seng, let me see here. The Hang Seng and also the Nikkei, the 225, both ended up about 2%. Well, anywhere from 1 to 2% off of their highs. But another thing too we have to consider is their markets have been, they've been rising quickly. So certainly a little profit taking is quite healthy at this point. I did want to talk about our action today in the United States. As you guys know, our markets ended up up. Just like I've said for the past couple of videos, I really think inflation is starting to take hold a little bit. Certainly, I would not imagine that we don't have some help from the plunge protection team of our friends at the Federal Reserve System. But gold has ended up about hanging around the 1,000 mark today. It did go dip to about 994. Excuse me, about 994. Ended up today touching the $1,000 mark, so kind of hanging around that range. The dollar tried to run to about 77, and I think what had happened before the market opening is because the Asian markets were getting trashed. There's this flight to the dollar as sort of the safety vehicle. So I think we had a little bit of that going on. And then once we've once we saw what was happening in the Asian markets, the dollar just continued its sell-off again. Low point was about 76.6 on the USDX, and right now, this moment, it's about 76.67. So it's at kind of the low for the day. So I would expect the dollar to continue its run down to the next point of support, which I would say is about 76.10. Again, if we bust through that 76.10, next stop would probably be about 71. And that's pretty darn low. It hasn't been that low in the last 2 years since U.S. dollar index has been in existence. We also saw a huge rise in natural gas prices. I think there's some supply issues there. Maybe a little lack of supply. Nothing major there. Again, gold hanging around $1,000 mark. Traders don't see any problems buying or buying gold at more than $1,000. Of course, our oil hung around the $68 mark, which you would kind of expect with the dollar kind of languishing too between the 76.7 and 77 USDX mark. So wheat prices have dropped quite a bit too. It's down to 454 now. So you might see hopefully a little reprieve in the breads and things like that. A lot of foodstuffs, of course, made from wheat, obviously. I think what we'll do is we'll still continue this dollar slide. Again, the market's not falling in concert with the Asian markets. Earlier in the day today, we had some indications that there may be some sort of trade war. The Obama administration decided to put tariffs on tires coming in from China. Of course, that kind of ticked China off, obviously, for good reason. And so we had a sell-off in the Asian markets. I think that's one of the reasons. And then we also had a sell-off. The Dow futures were down quite a bit this morning. And we had a nice big rise today. Again, plunge protection team, I'm going to say it's inflation. Again, I see the markets staying steady or perhaps rising a little bit from this point forward. Also, another news too, the Obama administration, President Obama visited Wall Street talking about bank reformation and things like that. And I'm going to make another video about this, but I want you guys to really kind of think about that for just a moment. President Obama is going to try to get bank reform or financial markets reform and things like that, sweeping reforms. You have to ask yourself, okay, who wrote those policies though? It's the banking industry, it's the financial industry. Wall Street basically wrote those new regulations. So, I tell you what, if you're in business for yourself, Wouldn't it be nice if you could write your own laws and have your representatives just pass them? And you say, here's the new laws, guys, and representatives just go ahead and pass them. You better pass them, right? You do want to be elected next year, don't you? So, not to sound like a tinfoil hat conspiracy nut, but you have to ask yourself, these questions. Why would they, the ones that got us in this mess in the first place, why would they be allowed to rewrite the regulations? Ever since the Glass-Steagall Act was ripped up in the early 90s during the Clinton administration, it allowed banks to go to the casino, as we know today as Wall Street, and bet money. And this is the result today. You have lots of speculation, lots of betting going on, and now you have derivatives, which they're trying to insure against their risk, and it just got way out of control. Anyway, I may or may not have an update for you tomorrow on the indexes because we'll see how these trends go. I'm trying not to pay attention to these little trends here and there daily, but I thought today was very interesting considering the Asian markets were sold off quite a bit, and we still had an increase in our markets. So I think, and also gold still hung around the $1,000 mark, and the dollar index fell. So again, this is, I think, one more indication that inflation is sort of starting to range and take hold. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. That's it for today, guys. I'll try to have another video for you soon. Again, please subscribe to my videos. Make your own videos. Tell friends, tell folks, tell everybody that you know, to come to my channel, and there's plenty of other people too who are doing terrific videos as well. But please subscribe, rate, comment, and I definitely would appreciate that. So anyway, have a great evening, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye now.